So just a quick little tidbit. We got some news about Total Divas that are a little bit controversial. And it involves former Divas champion Paige and Alicia Fox. And they're going to be joining the cast, which begs the question, there's so many things that we had a rumor regarding that no champion could be on the show. It's just a bunch of stuff. So instead of just babbling on, which I can't seem to talk this week, I'm just going to bring it over to Mr. McNulty, who's going to fill us in his mini version of the Total Divas report. So Ryan, tell us, what's going on?
All right, so as Juan said, we've got Paige and Alicia Fox joining the cast of Total Divas for Season 3, which I believe begins in January. So, this obviously brings about the topic, like Juan mentioned, of, no divas on Total Divas are allowed to hold the title. So this has been the rumored rule. Nikki Bella said this on an interview, that this was true. We actually just got a report of Stephanie McMahon denying that rumor. But as far as we've seen with Total Divas so far, they've stuck with the fact that they don't get the championship. And you kind of have to understand that when the show is a couple months behind, and it could be confusing for someone who happens to watch both, that they're a champion in one and not on, they're a champion on the reality show and then not on Raw. Juan?
So obviously Stephanie McMahon's trying to sort of clear the fog a little bit. There were a lot of fake reports coming out. So now that has apparently been cleared up, it begs the question, will this benefit Alicia Fox and Paige in any way? Because, Rosa Mendes was integrated into Total Divas, and we've seen just, how far has her career skyrocketed. It's been amazing for her. So what about Paige and Fox?
Beyond, it ruins their characters. Maybe ruins is a strong word, but like Alicia Fox, for example, she's this crazy person that's all of a sudden going to be on the show and have a normal life. That's weird.
Well,
what about Nikki Bella? She's had that character, that Total Divas kind of, it has its own kayfabe in a weird way, but they're obviously more of a real person on Total Divas. Alicia Fox actually is probably one of the most featured divas who isn't on the cast, at least that I saw in the first 2 seasons. So I think, she's going to fit right into it. Paige definitely seems like a very different personality. She's more, she doesn't seem as catty as, all the other ones on the show. So she's going to be a really interesting fit. And my question is just, how long before the entire Divas roster is on the show at the rate that they're adding people?
Let's do this right now. We got a YouTube channel. So Ryan, you give us something that whoever's wrong or something has to do, because I think that at some point AJ Lee's going to be on Total Divas. Keith thinks she's not. So
Juan is wrong.
So say at Total Divas is going to end at some point. If the whole thing ends and AJ Lee's not there, then Keith wins. I got to do something. But if at any point she shows up as a character, I got to punish him. So what should the punishment be?
The punishment should be that the loser must cosplay a WWE event as AJ Lee.
Okay, no. That's good for me. I have one show every 4 years, so that's nice.
You go to Wrestle. You've been to
WrestleMania. Be a wrestling show here.
The next WWE show you attend.
Okay, so if anybody...
So you just never go again? That's how it goes.
Okay, so if anybody has a better idea than the one Ryan just had, send us a tweet at Byte That Cast to see how Keith or myself should eventually punish ourselves because of this situation. And speaking of punishing ourselves, it's time for this week's...